Taking measures to fight the heroin epidemic that's sweeping Florida and the nation. The Winter Haven Police Department in Central Florida, now the latest agency in our state to equip their officers with naloxone. It's a drug that can reverse the effects of a heroin overdose. Now, Florida has one of the highest numbers of overdose deaths in the country. We heard another one on the police scanner tonight here in the newsroom. So why are no agencies in Southwest Florida equipping their officers with this life-saving drug? 4 in your corners, Lisa Greenberg, pressing for answers tonight. Lisa?
Well, Patrick, exactly a year ago, law enforcement agencies here in Southwest Florida told me they were looking into arming their deputies with naloxone to combat that growing heroin issue you were just talking about. But now, a year later, still no naloxone on our officers. This little device,
injection complete,
could be the difference between life and death.
This drug gives you a chance to bring someone back that would otherwise not be saved.
It's called naloxone, or Narcan, and it temporarily reverses a heroin overdose. Some police agencies in Florida are armed and ready to inject should they encounter an overdose, like Sergeant Donnie Kennard of the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. We spoke last year after their deputies started carrying the drug.
Do you think this is something that law enforcement agencies should look into and others should start carrying?
We would hope that agencies would really look to just provide tools for their individuals to help make a difference and save a life.
At the time, many Southwest Florida agencies said they were discussing it. A year later, paramedics still carry naloxone, but not law enforcement, and the heroin epidemic showing no signs of decline. Lee Health reporting 201 overdoses in 2015, but the hospital system could only give us last year's overdoses through September, already at 182.
We were looking into it about a year ago throughout the year. There were a lot of issues that came up.
Corporal Phil Mullen of Cape Coral Police points to cost, expiration dates, and storage, but mainly temperature.
It has to stay at room temperature to be usable, and we live in Florida. Our patrol guys are out in the cars, black and white cars in the heat of the Florida sun. It's not going to stay at room temperature. We looked at getting coolers to keep them cool.
I reached out to all law enforcement agencies in Southwest Florida. Fort Myers police say they're not discussing it. The Hendry County Sheriff's Office is currently talking about it, and Clewiston police say they have nothing in the works. But Naples police tell me they won't be carrying it, adding, quote, "It makes sense that Naples firefighters, who all have a level of medical training, administer naloxone." And the Collier County Sheriff's Office says equipping our deputies with naloxone is something we are continuing to consider, although there are various logistical factors that must be considered too.
There's a lot of things we can and have done to save victims of a heroin overdose outside of the Narcan.
Now, I also reached out to the Lee County Sheriff's Office and the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office to find out why their deputies aren't carrying the drug, but I haven't heard back yet. Lisa Greenberg, Fox 4, in your corner.